Hello, welcome or welcome back. If you are new, my name is Carrie. I am a medium and I also help people develop their intuitive abilities. And today, well, the reading we're going to do today is for those of you that are having a hard time letting go. With that in mind, we are going to start with a little bit of smoke, a little bit of frankincense, just to clear the energy, to help you release what is blocking you and to bring you messages that you need to hear. We start with releasing counterclockwise what is not serving you. We want to bring forth messages for your highest good. And then we go clockwise. What do you need to know for your highest good? Why are you having a hard time letting go? And what do we need to know? What I'm sensing is that insight is literally just around the corner for you. That this block that has been surrounding you, where you just feel like you're not getting the answers, is just about to start shifting and moving. Maybe it's because Jupiter is now going direct and the possibilities and expansion is coming into play and we are opening up. I know I feel that. So let's start with Lenormand. And let's see, again, what do we need to let go of? How can we let go? And what are we holding on to? Fear, judgment from others, lack of trust. What I'm sensing for this collective is that you are the type of person who looks for meaning in the things that you're doing in your life. You want to have meaning. You want to have understanding. You want it to make sense. And because you have felt lack of clarity and judgment from others, you haven't had a straight pathway going forward. So it feels as though you don't have access to your intuitive wisdom. Almost as though there's a memory within you that knows what it feels like when you trust yourself and when you make decisions, but you haven't had access to that. So some of the things that you have felt that you've been holding on to, and this can be connected to relationships, this can be connected to where you live, community, job, finance, investing in something in yourself that's going to help you. I feel like some of you, this has to do with finance as well, but finance is always so much more than just money. So let's see what this has to do. Again, this has an overlay of internal judgment here that makes you feel almost paralyzed to make a change. So let's see what we're getting. I am sensing for some of you that you have an overlay over your aura, over your energy field of probably an influential person in your life. This could be mother, this could be grandmother, this could be someone who is a very close friend. And their energy is literally straight on top of yours. And as you are starting to trust yourself, the light that's within you is starting to make that overlay just loosen. And this might feel like a big shift for you, and you might not be conscious of the fact that this is happening, but that's exactly what's happening, is you're coming out from underneath this judgment, this rock, this level of protection. I also want to talk about, I feel like this woman in particular who was an influential person in your life, again, we're going back to this. Why are you afraid of making a move? What's holding you back? Internally, there's a need for approval from this female, this woman, whoever this was. It definitely feels like a female. But you're at this point. Crossroads is here. You're at this point where it's not business as usual for you anymore. You are on your spiritual path. Two might also be a significant mother. I almost said that. Interesting. Two might be a significant number for you. 2 is also the number of partnership, and duality, when you start breaking free from the path you were on and you start making your own inroads in a new direction, that's when things will start stirring up. That's when you come up against, again, institutions that could be things connected to, again, how you were brought up. I'm hearing the word branded as though some person in your life or the structure you grew up around, this could also be religious institution, as I mentioned, it kept you isolated and in your own world and in your own bubble. But because you're starting to literally get this message of something else is out there, this is also, I believe, connected to like this internal wisdom sort of wanting to break out of this mold. But again, you're needing to move through this female's overlay of your energy. And that's what you're doing. You're breaking free. Now, when I see this, again, that's the overlay of the energy of this person right next to the bear. That's a mother energy. This can be on its own a very powerful energy that's connected to finance. It's connected to independence. It's long-term strategy. But when we're next to the snake, likely that's, again, a mother energy who is manipulative and trying to control you, even if you're not with this person all the time, even if you don't live near them. There's still this internal dialogue that goes on with you because of this person. Now, I also feel like this person is the type of person that probably love bombed you. So if the mother figure or this feminine figure that comes in some way, it could also be a friend. Remember, it could even be a partner. They would love bomb you when they would feel you start to move away or become independent. They would come to you with that manipulating energy, which is the bouquet in this instance, and then be able to like pour a lot of like sappy love on you. That's really what I'm getting. So there's just a lot of controlling energy. So we kind of know where this came from now. We've gotten a very clear picture why you're stuck for the moment. And it's because you're changing. So what do we need to do for you to move forward? What's that going to look like? Let's pull some tarot and see what we get from Spirit. What do we need to know for the change here? How do we do this? It's happening fast. It's even happening as we're speaking. You're starting to have the inspiration, the downloads, the wisdom, the realization, the peeling apart from this overlay layer is already starting to come. You're getting a lot of the wands energy coming out, which is fire, which is inspiration, which is transmutation, and it's empowerment 100% all the way. Especially there's a timing in here, and I'm going to give it to you in a minute, but stick with me. It's coming. 9 of Wands is saying you've been through it already. The battle scars are there. You know how this works. You know it's time for you to put aside the way that you've been living and to start putting yourself first. This is a war-torn person who has lived through a lot. And change is imminent because 8 of Wands is the fastest moving card in tarot, one of the fastest. It means transmutation. It means release. It means new beginnings. It means you're letting this go. You're trusting yourself. You're following your intuition. You're listening to your intuitive knowing deep within you. Change is here. What is inspirational to me is that you're never going to give up. You're going to be able to navigate through this, be able to trust yourself, and to know what direction to go in next. There's so much power and equipment that you have within you to move through this because you've been through it already. You know the challenges, but this time it's your time. Right next to the 9 of Swords, you have to understand the 9 of Swords is when we're trapped in a loop, repetitive thinking, over and over again, the same thing. But the Page of Wands doesn't care about that. The Page of Wands, the momentum of the Nine of Wands, the Eight of Wands, the Page of Wands is saying, oh no, we're burning right through this. We are not letting any hangups we have in our awareness, in our blueprint, in that overlay stop us. I want to also let you know another thing, that this change that's happening and the way it's shifting in your aura is that you're going to notice some changes going on, yes, within your energy, but also in your physical stamina and prowess. You're going to feel like you want to stand differently. You're going to be more attracted to doing things you might not have done in a while or have never done. And that's things connected to movement, dancing, creative expression. You're going to get more energy because your energy has been shored up and held back by this overlay. And imagine getting out from underneath the shadow of that if you've been holding yourself back unconsciously for most of your life. But all of a sudden, you're feeling the shift. You're going to have so much more energy. You're going to have so much more clarity. You're going to have so much more inspiration. Ideas are going to start to flow. And look what's happening. When you move into Aries season, remember I told you something was coming. When you're moving into the Emperor, the energy of the Emperor, that's Aries. So that's coming very soon. You're in charge. You have claim over your own life. You do not feel small in your own energy. You are towering over this overlay. Remember, because it's internal, right? It's an internal shield that you've had that's kept you contained, that's held you in place, that's made you feel limited in where you move, how you move, second guessing yourself. But when you start to transmute that, this is the fire energy of ownership, of action, of its momentum. When you have that masculine energy working for you, wow, sky's the limit. Because guess what's coming next? The Six of Wands, victory, achievement, valor, success. And you are on that horse and you are in charge and you're head and shoulders above those patterns, that overlay, the limitation, anything that might have made you always second guess and change your mind is ready to transport you in a new direction, taking you to other places you've never been. Again, remember I said you're going to start feeling even different in your body and you're going to start moving differently. You're going to want to express yourself in a whole different way. Things are absolutely changing for you, even as we speak. I also want to let you know, as we're here, I would love for you to like and subscribe and come back and see me again. I do offer also readings and mentorship, and all that is found below in the notes. Love to see you again. Let's see what we got. So these cards of Oracle has been coming up a lot this week. Are you ready? First of all, the first one is we are getting do not give up. Go the distance. Run the race. Don't give up. Keep going. You're almost there. You're literally shedding this off. And that's what the energy of go the distance is, very much that go to the finish line, that fire energy, right? The Emperor doesn't give up. TikTok, it's a matter of time, right? Notice how these hands are coming through with that clock, just absolutely showing that you are breaking the mold. It's a matter of time. We also have the energy of be fair. And this card really sticks out to me for two reasons. First of all, that's the energy of Libra, right? Fairness, logic, balance, understanding, clarity. But also notice right at the very top, there's an owl. An owl represents spiritual wisdom on the crown. The crown chakra, bringing that wisdom down into your physical body. That is how you're going to move that overlay, that doubt over again. What are you back to here? We're talking about you being afraid of moving forward. Why are you staying stuck? And this is why. And then final card. Are you ready? Milk and honey. This is the pot of gold. This has been coming up in all my readings this week. Make sure you go back and check those out. This means that you're going to have access to those things that you really want on the other side of this. Making those changes. It's right around the corner. Your ancestors are here. Your loved ones in the spirit world are here, helping you climb up that ladder to get that gold. I've loved doing this reading. It's so good to connect with you. Please come back and see me. If you have any questions, put them right down below. Take care.